Hi everybody, welcome back as we look at an absolute legend of a kit. The 1/72nd scale Lancaster bomber from Frog. Released in 1976, this was one of the last kits that brand released. And 50 years later, it remains an excellent kit overall. It's accurate and it's a pleasure to build. The box is large and features some nice art on the front. And we see some very nice painting guide artwork for the two included schemes on the back. Everything comes in the usual Frog tray box of this period, which helps keep everything together. A look at the sprues reveals crisp molding, though the plastic feels a little thin and even brittle in places. The instruction sheets are very nice, with comprehensive exploded view drawings. Super helpful. The decals are also actually really nice, and since I'm doing the version that attacked the turp pits, I decided to see if they were usable. I let them bleach in the window for a week or so. And then it was into the build. After I got everything together, I dove into etching the panel lines. This really helps bring these older kits to life. I used a sharpened dental tool and generally followed the raised lines on the kit unless they were way off. Then, once they were etched, I sanded everything back. Here are the wing surfaces etched out. And then I was able to start assembly. Overall, the fit was very good. The engine nacelles came together and they required a bit of sanding on the joints. When these were mated to the wings, some gaps did need to be filled and sanded as well. I was careful not to fill the etch lines back in. Then it was onto the fuselage. The interior is pretty sparse and I decided to leave it that way. The big challenge was that the upper turret on this particular aircraft had been removed for the attack on turp pits, so that needed to be sawed out and filled in. To do this, I used a section of fuselage from an old Airfix Beagle that I had an incomplete kit of. It actually mated really well with the help of some filler. I sprayed the interior's RAF interior gray from my old stash of Floquil acrylics, and then got the Bombay together. When I joined the fuselage halves, I discovered a warp in the molding which required some heavier clamping than usual, but it came together. Then I primed the entire kit with Tamiya Fine White Primer from a rattle can. This showed up lots of flaws that I then corrected and sanded. The wings got the same treatment, and then I gave everything a dry fit, and it finally started looking like a Lancaster. For painting, I pre-shaded the panel lines with Tamiya Flat Black. I then carried those over onto the fuselage. For the undersides, I laid in a marble pattern that would then be oversprayed with RAF Night. I then started freehanding the camouflage pattern with the airbrush. RAF Dark Earth Floquil acrylic was used, and I love this old paint. Then I turned my attention to the tailplanes and prepped them as well. I then feathered in the rest of the camouflage using Floquil RAF Dark Green. I dry attached the wings to the fuselage to line up the scheme, and I wanted some of the underpainted to show, so I went light on the paint coverage. Then it was on to masking the top of the aircraft so I could paint the underside. I mixed my own version of RAF Night, which was approximately 50-50 Tamiya Flat Black and Tamiya NATO Black. Finally, it was on to the toughest part of the build, masking the canopies. The clear parts on this kit are excellent, and after a lot of tape and swearing, they were ready, as were most of the larger sub-assemblies. As I said, the decals looked great, but I did want to test them, so I sprayed and glossed an old donor kit and tried them. They worked beautifully. For final assembly, I used evergreen white glue to attach the navigator's window. I then attached the canopy, which I had pre-sprayed. With that done, I glossed and decaled the kit. The decals went on without any problems, and they settled right in with some Tamiya Mark fit. I then sealed them with another layer of gloss and laid in some dark panel line wash. This is such a big kit that I kept things in sub-assemblies right until the end. After I cleaned up the panel wash, I gave everything a shot of Tamiya Flat, and then attached the wings using the main spar. One really cool part of this kit are the wheel wells and the landing gear. They can be assembled separately and then attached. Very, very smart, very strong, and very easy to do. I masked the wheels and then sprayed them along with the props. With the landing gear all done, I removed the masking from the rest of the clear parts I had sprayed and laid them onto the kit, along with removing all of the masks. Then it was onto one of the most distinctive parts of the kit, the 12,000-pound bombs that were used against turp pits. I mixed some Tamiya acrylics to match the original colors, and with all the separate parts completed, it was on to final assembly. First, the bomb went into the bay, then the wheel assemblies and bomb bay doors were attached. The props then went on, and finally, the tail assemblies. I have to say, seeing this all together on the bench was very satisfying. This was the first of 3 new Lancaster models in this scale released in the 1970s, the others being the Matchbox and Airfix versions. The Frog one does not get built as much and was never as popular as the other 2 kits. I've now built all 3, and this one beats the Matchbox and is about equal to Airfix, which has better detail, but is not as enjoyable to build as the Frog kit. Today, there are far more detailed modern models of this aircraft, but with a little extra attention, this Frog kit really does stand up. If you ever see one at a decent price, buy it and build it. You won't be disappointed.